There they are, those losers. The jerks. The BMWs have already arrived. They've taken someone out. They're leading them away.
You could have acted like a human being. You beat them up. We know you beat them up. How is that any better? You!
This is violence. I won't leave the car. Sash, please call the police.
What Russians used to laugh at and mock when commenting on the issue of mobilization in Ukraine has now begun in Russia. In Russia, the forced roundup of men for the war against Ukraine has begun. In particular, reports have appeared online that in Penza, Russia, men are being rounded up right on the streets and taken to military enlistment offices. Specialized channels are reporting this now. In local chats, residents are reporting the raids en masse and also posting photos and videos. In addition, residents of Penza have suddenly started complaining that now men can't even go outside because they'll immediately be taken to the military enlistment office and then sent to war. And here, it's worth reminding how just a month ago, Russian regions started issuing so-called mobilization notices to more and more men. So let's figure out what's happening and where and how the forced roundup of men is taking place in Russia. My name is Alexei Pechi. Let's discuss this topic together. But before we start, I ask you to subscribe to the channel, like this episode, and leave your comment. So, some unusual panic has started in the Telegram chats of Penza. People are saying that men need to take care of themselves and not go outside. Well, let's read what they're writing there today. In particular, I'll show you some screenshots and you can read along with me. The military and police are surrounding the whole Sputnik area. They're going door to door in the apartments. Right now, they're everywhere. You can't leave your house now. They're also standing near Sovremennik. It's a complete mess. It's scary to even leave the house to go to the store. Yeah, I know that myself. They also say that the number of people they supposedly need to recruit isn't accurate. They need more than 1,000 people. They say in Kamenka they need 700 from Penza, 1,000 to 1,500. They're talking about mobilization plans. Warn your men about the Sursky Bridge. They shouldn't go there right now. They're taking people from cars. Raduzhnaya 1. The cops are standing there together with the military enlistment office. And Biskaya is also driving around. A minibus with people in military uniforms was spotted near the Skidkina store. Biskaya 1G. Thank you for the information, guys. If you see something like this in the yard in the city anywhere, let everyone know right away. Don't let each other get sent to zero. If possible, take photos of the cars and take pictures. The faces of these on Kizhevatogo, 3 cars are picking people up. Be careful, be careful. Here, it's already the original language. And further, Penza, Penzoshuist. Cops are driving around in a civilian car looking for men. Yeah, total mobilization. Dashkin's father said that he has apparently already gone somewhere. So, as you can see, that's the mood in Penza right now. And apparently, mobilization really has started. But what's going on? That very coercion has begun in Russia. Forced mobilization, but for now they're trying to hide it. According to eyewitness reports, in Russian Penza, soldiers are driving around in minibuses, grabbing men indiscriminately and taking them to the military enlistment office. Sources report that the authorities and military enlistment offices in Penza have allegedly been given the task of recruiting 1,000 volunteers for the special military operation in just one day. In Russia, such raids are called recruiting volunteers. This is when a mobilization plan is sent to factories and the management of the factory or enterprise itself decides which of its employees will become the next volunteer this month. Well, the residents of Penza get the impression that a large-scale mobilization has begun. As a result, the men are brought to the military enlistment offices, and there it all ends with a so-called voluntary signing of the contract, again in quotation marks. And now a video has appeared online from the military enlistment office on Skladskaya Street in Penza, where wives and mothers are trying to block a minibus with men packed inside. Moreover, they complain that someone is feeling unwell, but of course no one called an ambulance.
Why didn't anyone call an ambulance for the person who felt unwell? No, Vasya, I know everything. Please tell me. I think they'll get up right away and come from Veliki now. Lyoshka, I'm begging you. I'm praying for you. I know, Lyoshka.
Guys, I love you.
Guys!
Well, tell me, did you all sign the contract voluntarily?
Were you forced? Tell me, were you forced? Were you beaten?
Voluntarily or not?
Just pray to God, don't cry, that's all. Don't leave, please stay.
Lyoshka,
Lyoshka.
close the door.
Can't you give me 5 minutes?
Let me get my bearings, sorry. That's enough.
You could have handled it in a humane way. You're taking them down. We know you're with housing, so how are you any better? You.
We accept you, you are believers.
You can't even give us 5 minutes like a human being.
You. Zaplesny.
We're all responsible. Find out.
That he didn't give the back.
We all answer.
Find out what he...
Find out.
Why are you touching me?
This is violence. This is violence. I won't leave the car. You should call the police now because the girl isn't letting you pass.
Sasha, call the police, please. I'm damn well going to file a report right now. Let me go.
If you won't call them, we'll call them ourselves. Turn it on.
Behind you. Yes, why? Call them. Take the rug. Give me the rug. The rug, please move away. Call them.
Do you have a phone?
Take the rug. Give me the rug. The rug.
The rug. The rug, open the car.
Open it, she'll die.
He won't deliver.
We're screwed by those bastards. We're already screwed by those bastards. What are you doing?
In addition, footage has appeared showing a person being pulled right out of his BMW car.
There they are, those bastards.
They've already pulled someone out and are taking him away.
Raids are being reported not only in Penza but also in other towns in the region, and they're catching people not just on the streets but also in their homes. As people write in chats, they're already coming to people's addresses. For example, this is what Penza residents are sharing with each other. Listen to this voice message from one of the chats in the city of Penza.
They sent it to everyone so everyone knows what's happening in Kamenka. There's also a black minibus driving around with 7 people in it. They're collecting people too. The order came that 700 people need to be taken from Kamenka. One of them even seems to have gotten a job as a taxi driver after leaving his previous job. At Autoliga. What else is there, Katya?
A woman is there alone.
A man approaches and hypnotizes her.
In short,
Men. They're taking everyone. I hid at his place. We went out in the morning. I hid in place, no. So I sent the video, but that's the first part. This is from tonight, when they took 20 people. Some went out for milk, some were taken from the dumpster. Some were taken from their homes, some were pulled out of tractors, some were taken from fishing, 20 people.
Kamenka.
Kuznetsk, Penza. Oh, they also took some shepherd from the field. They come up indiscriminately, take people, beat them up, they inject them, make them sign contracts, and that's it. This is the video the lawyer filmed there. One woman sent it, she'll send more, and I'll send them too. She asks to send it to absolutely everyone, so that everyone keeps an eye on their men. Don't go anywhere, don't let them go out alone.
But should we be surprised? Of course not. It looks like in Russia, they quietly decided to step up mobilization without any announcement. And everything was leading up to this. After all, Vladimir Putin didn't ban every social network imaginable for nothing. And he didn't cut off the internet for Russians for nothing either. Well, for a long time, Russians were fed stories about how their internet and mobile connections were being cut off. Supposedly, this was so that Ukrainian drones wouldn't be able to attack. If you turn off mobile service and the internet, the drone will fly off in some other direction. As a result, on June 18, Ukrainian drones launch a massive attack on Moscow. They attack the Moscow oil refinery. And no disconnection of communication or internet could stop it. Well, I also warned on this YouTube channel that mobilization was being prepared in Russia, but the unwashed Russians usually just laughed. Well, now apparently they're not laughing anymore. Let me remind you that in late May, many reports claimed Russians were being called en masse to military enlistment offices, supposedly just to update their information. And right there, they were given mobilization orders. These orders describe what needs to be done and when it needs to be done if mobilization is announced. But as we can see, Putin's team decided to take a slightly different approach. They're grabbing all the men they can find on the streets and taking them to the enlistment offices. And there, they're forcing Russians to sign a voluntary contract for the special military operation. And at the end, I'll share an absolutely astonishing report from the supposedly opposition Russian media. Here's just a quote. Of course, this doesn't quite reach the level of Ukraine-style draft roundups, but the trend is unpleasant. You see, Russians won't do anything about this. Because it's a trend. It's just an unpleasant trend. I mean, they're not going to rebel because they're being caught and so on. With Ukrainians, it's all clear. Ukrainians are defending their homeland, and whoever can take up arms has done so and is defending it. And the issue of mobilization in Ukraine is completely different. But as for Russians, who are being sent as aggressors, not just like aggressors, but actual aggressors, against another country, they're told, go to another country and die on foreign soil. This would be the moment to finally rebel. But no, Russians won't do that. Now they'll start coming up with excuses like, yes, things are bad here, but it's even worse in Ukraine. And not without reason. Recently, Vladimir Putin admitted that the economy really has started to crumble. The economy has gotten worse. And then he added, but it's become like the bad economy they've had in Europe for many years, as if to say, yeah, our economy has gotten worse, but someone else's is even worse. So basically, Russians are already satisfied with this. And now the average Russian will say, well, yes, they've started stuffing people into vans here too, but in Ukraine it's much worse. So you can be glad about that. I'll leave it at that. Share your opinions and conclusions in the comments below this episode. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, and don't forget to like. That's all for now. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye, everyone.